Social media is broken, not metaphorically, not ha 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 lol, so addictive. I mean actually broken. A system built to connect us has become a machine that fragments us, our attention, our relationships, our understanding of truth. And the wild part is, we designed it that way. It started innocently enough. Facebook came from a Harvard dorm room, just a tool to connect college students, not all that different from Friendster or MySpace before it. But unlike those digital fossils, Facebook didn't disappear. It scaled, it evolved, and somewhere along the way, the mission changed. What began as a way to connect friends became a platform designed to extract attention. Growth became the god. Engagement became the gospel. And we became the product. The platforms knew what they were doing. They studied our brains like lab rats. They learned how to drip dopamine into our bloodstream with every ping, every like, every heart. Infinite scroll wasn't a quirky design choice. It was engineered addiction. Harvard Medical School found the dopamine response from social media mirrors, the response from slot machines, gambling, even cocaine. That's not hyperbole. That's neuroscience. We didn't stumble into this mess. It was built this way. And now we're swimming in curated perfection. Filters and angles and edits and highlight reels. Everyone's best day always on display. Meanwhile, you're sitting on the floor in your pajamas at 2 a.m., wondering why your life doesn't look like theirs. 1 in 3 teenage girls on Instagram say they feel worse about their bodies because of it. The U.S. Surgeon General confirmed that teens glued to these apps are more likely to suffer from anxiety, depression, and isolation. We scroll through illusions and wonder why reality feels so heavy. The algorithm doesn't care about truth. It cares about friction, about outrage, about keeping you on the app for just one more post. It feeds you what you already agree with, or what will enrage you just enough to keep watching. MIT found false news spreads 6 times faster than the truth on Twitter. Why? Because it's shinier, louder, more emotionally charged. And when truth starts losing to fiction, you don't just break news feeds, you break consensus reality. It gets worse, because social media hasn't just warped how we feel. It's distorted how we vote, how we think, how we live together. The Cambridge Analytica scandal was a wake-up call that most of us hit snooze on. Our personal data, our likes, our interests, our fears were used to manipulate elections and influence referendums. This wasn't science fiction. This was the real-world weaponization of your digital footprint. And because the algorithm rewards repetition, it deepens our beliefs, reinforces our bubbles, and makes us hostile to anything that challenges them. And all of this, it's happening while we lose the thing we were promised: connection. We're more connected than any humans in history. And yet, we're lonelier than ever. Studies show that excessive social media use correlates with increased narcissism, decreased empathy, and skyrocketing loneliness, especially among young adults. We're surrounded by noise, but starving for real conversation, thousands of followers, and no one to call. Then, just when things couldn't get more chaotic, artificial intelligence walked in like a bartender in a burning building and poured gasoline on everything. AI can now generate fake videos, synthetic voices, perfect photos of things that never happened. One kid in a basement can produce political propaganda that fools millions. One malicious actor can deploy thousands of fake profiles and flood your feed with lies. UNESCO called it the fastest growing threat to media integrity in history. And here's the terrifying part. It's getting easier, cheaper, faster, more convincing. If we can't tell what's real anymore, what happens to trust, to journalism, to truth itself? That's why identity verification isn't a luxury, it's survival. If you want to post online, fine, but put your name on it. Not because we need censorship, but because we need accountability. 90% of people wouldn't dare say offline what they say online under a fake name. Anonymity breeds cruelty. Verification restores responsibility. We need a new kind of platform, one where conversations are civil by design, one where AI-generated content is clearly labeled, like a warning sign, one that doesn't profit off loneliness, but actually helps reduce it, one where connection isn't a commodity, it's the point. Because here's the truth. We built a digital empire without a moral blueprint. We handed over our attention, our psychology, and our discourse to systems that were optimized for profit, not people. And now we're dealing with the consequences: addiction, division, distortion, disconnection. But we're not helpless. We can fix this. We can evolve this. We can choose better. We just have to want reality more than we want convenience. We just have to want truth more than we want dopamine. We just have to stop feeding a system that was never built to feed us back. Because the future of our minds, our politics, and our culture depends on how we choose to scroll next.
Hey guys, my name is Mike, and we're just starting out with these videos. And if you like what you see and you like what you hear, then like and subscribe, and we'll be able to make more. Hope you enjoy.